Oman is located at the mouth of the Persian Gulf and has been a gateway that connected the Arabian Peninsula with the sea since long ago. The Arabian Sea was a bountiful sea for the people and a haven for numerous creatures. And above all, it was a sea for adventurers who dreamt of other worlds and sought challenges. Today, I'm entering a unique landscape created by the desert. Fantastic spaces unfold before me everywhere I turn, giving the impression that I'm on a different planet other than Earth. These people live in harmony with the soil, on a world made of clay. I'm off to discover that mysterious world. Today's journey starts at Muscat, the capital of Oman, and follows the coastline to Ras Al Jins. Oman boasts an area that is 3 times larger than Korea. However, 85% of the land consists of desert, while only 3% is inhabitable flatland. On the other hand, there is a 1,700-kilometer coastline. Such geographical characteristics corroborate how they could only venture out into the ocean. Like two sides of the same coin, the sea is a gateway to other worlds and a passageway for adversaries wanting to overtake the Arabian Peninsula.
That's view. It's very open space. 이 또 기암절벽이 이렇게 끊임없이 펼쳐져 있고 바로 누구나 쉽게 아라비아 해를 마주 볼 수 있습니다.
Portugal, which led the age of exploration in the early 16th century, occupied this land for about 150 years. They also monopolized trade in the Persian Gulf. Large and small battles took place here until the Arabs reclaimed this land from the Portuguese in 1650. As of now, I can't imagine the olden days when this region was a bustling trade port or even a battlefield. This is simply a quiet and peaceful beach, which now has buried human history and only bears records of time made by the wind and sea.
굉장히 아주 드라마틱합니다. 제가 아주 어릴 적에 그 혹성 탈출이라는 영화를 봤는데 거기에 그 주인공이 행성으로부터 불시착 했을 때 딱 떨어졌던 그 원시적인 해변과 뭔가 좀 분위기가 흡사한 것 같네요. 그 어릴 적에 좀 약간 동심이 살아나는 것 같습니다.
The crags are narrow in the middle, like the mushroom-shaped rocks that I saw in Cappadocia, Turkey. They have been weathered away by the sandstorms that blow from the desert. The lower parts have been worn away by heavier and larger grains of sand, thus naturally creating the mushroom-like formations. As you walk along the wind-formed paths, you can see an intricacy that you can't see from a distance.
정말 그 어떤 조각가가 그 칼끝으로 만든 어떤 예술품보다 더 웅장하고 더 거대한데 이 정말 대자연의 신비라는 것은 정말 놀랍고 정말 누구도 예측할 수 없는 그런 모습을 보여주는 것 같습니다.
It seems that perhaps the wind is the most intricate sculptor in the world. The wind sweeps through the rocks, gradually creating gaps, which then turn into paths. They look really hard, but they give me an unexpected surprise when I touch it.
생각보다 굉장히 좀 부드러워요. 네,触감이 되게 좋습니다.
Because this rock mountain is composed of sandstone, it is soft and breaks easily. This is why it has been so easily worn away by the winds and waves. Planet Earth, which we inhabit, is like an ever-changing star. There are such mystical landscapes that we aren't aware of all around us. Bima, which is located 1 hour from Ras Al Jins, is a jewel of a place that harbors a mystery of the world. It's also a source of pride for the Omanis. It looks as if a blue jewel has been placed in a wasteland. I'm told it isn't an ordinary lake.
Stones from the space. It's coming here to making hole and will keep up the water and big hole coming.
Locals believe that the sinkhole was formed by a meteor, but actually sinkholes are formed when calcium carbonate, the main element of limestone, melts into the underground water and slowly creates a hole underground. Thus, a mystical lake was created by the convergence of nearby valley and ocean waters.
This side, the whole the fish, the water.
Right.
You come the mountain. After the up, sorry, the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, back after you go in this, and the whole the side, the whole the sea, the water, and they connected the sea water. After the water, all the water you go in the sea water. Sea water down, sinkhole down. Sea water back, sinkhole back.
Right.
Yeah, maybe half a meter back the water.
Right.
Half a meter. Yeah. This all the time they change the water.
This place, which is encircled by 20 meters of limestone, is emerald colored by the various minerals that travel down from the mountain. Suffice to say, it is the most beautiful natural swimming pool in the world. A long stairwell has been built for people to easily go down to the water, and a different ambiance is provided with each step down.
네, 가까이서 보니까 위에서 봤을 때보다 이 웅장함이 점점 더 커져 보이는 것 같습니다.
Sinkholes in the city are considered disasters, but the sinkhole here somehow feels like a blessing from nature. I follow our guide to a narrow passageway. I can't imagine where it leads. The color of the water is clear blue, different from what I just saw above. I feel like the blue color will drip from the tips of my fingers if I touch the water.
이쪽은 뭔가 좀 베일에 쌓여 있고 뭔가 좀 더 신비로운 그런 느낌이 듭니다. 마치 제가 이 물속으로 들어가면 어떤 거대한 해저 터널이 있을 것 같고 뭔가 그 영화 속에 나오는 어떤 해저 세계가 있을 것 같은 그런 느낌이 듭니다.
Just then, I find some tourists who are enjoying the spot, but they are just standing there instead of swimming.
지금 물고기가 제 발가락 사이에 와가지고 뭔가 이렇게 톡톡 쪼는 듯한 그런 느낌이 듭니다.
These fish are called gararufa and are often known as doctor fish.
Fish is manicuring your nails.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
This is a great resting spot for travelers thanks to the gararufa.
If you want, I can.
Oh, thank you so much.
I take a break from my long journey with the other travelers from different parts of the world, and we share our travel stories with one another. Interestingly, the Gararufa gather only at one of the men's feet.
The all fishes just come to you is not come to the lady.
Female fish.
Female fish. Female fish like you.
His witty reply further lightens the mood.
So when is your last time to take shower?
In the morning. I just coming from the come on. I just had a bath.
Okay.
I can't just soak my feet in the world's most beautiful swimming pool. If you swim just a little, the water gets so deep that I can't see the bottom. A novice swimmer wouldn't have the gall to try it out. But these two are leisurely floating on the surface.
Salty water.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right.
See.
Yeah.
Right. Even though you can't swim, you can float.
Uh-huh. I see.
Just you should keep the balance, like the Dead Sea.
There's no need to fear, even if you're not a strong swimmer. Have you ever seen a sea like this? I wonder what it's like underwater. A curious traveler can't give up the chance to take a look. It's seawater, but the underwater terrain is closer to that of a mountain stream or a river.
고기들이 굉장히 작은데 굉장히 잘 보이고요. 굉장히 투명합니다. 네, 그냥 육안으로도 보이지만 물속에 들어가면 더 선명하게 잘 보이는 것 같아요.
This is ocean in the midst of land, found nowhere else in the world. I feel as if I'm swimming in outer space instead of underwater. The road that leads inland from the Sinkhole in Bima is completely gray. Not far along, the asphalt road is blocked by sand.
이쪽이 사막화가 진행되어지는 중이라서 지금 이 아스팔트 도로까지 이 모래가 좀 덮여 있는, 지금 이동하기가 불가해서 지금 다시 반대로 제가 왔던 길을 되돌아가고 있습니다.
This is unexpected. I hadn't thought much about desertification because the country is composed mostly of desert. You can find traces of desertification in other parts of Oman as well.
이게 마치 사막에 눈이 내린 것 같은데 아우 짜. 이게 진짜 소금이네요. 이게 굉장히 짜네요. 염도가 아주 높습니다.
This used to be an ocean. The water that flows into the sea naturally dissipates as droughts and water usage increased. The ocean water dried out, and what is left is a wasteland. We have no choice but to choose a perilous road instead of an easy one because of desertification.
그 해안에 있는 핀스로부터 18km 내륙을 따라서 이 길을 들어가면 세계에서 두 번째로 큰 싱크홀이 있습니다. 지금 이곳으로 가는 길이고요.
I'm on my way to find another sinkhole not far from the one that I visited in Bima. It's a rough journey as we cross the steep passes of the Hajar Mountains. I don't see any villages near us. That tall peak is said to be close to our destination. We decide to wait for our guide's vehicle, as we can't make it any further in our own vehicle. In the meantime, we have a late lunch. They say Koreans get their energy from rice. I gather up my strength for my final journey. Just as we are finishing our meal, the car that will take us arrives. Only someone who is familiar with this region can drive because the road is so rugged. As we take off, I'm full of curiosity of what the road will be like. The narrow cliffs barely allow for a single vehicle to pass, and there are rocks everywhere.
Raining like this. The road is not condition. This cloud, see? See the cloud.
Out of nowhere, gray clouds gather our way. By the time we have arrived at the sinkhole, the clouds fill the sky. I hope it doesn't rain. This sinkhole is called Majlis al-Jinn, and it's so deep in the mountains that it's difficult even for Omani locals to find it. I wonder what it'll look like.
보기만 해도 아찔합니다, 이게. 오.
This sinkhole was also formed by underground water seeping out and leaving a cavity as the ground sunk in. It's so deep that it's honestly scary just to look in.
هذا البلوط الحدايق
ممتد.
من هناك وعليه تحت 180 متر تحت عمق هذا الكهف ومتواصل مع فتحتين فوق في المقعد.
The hole that we are looking at is only a part of it. The inside is so spacious that it can fit 30 large passenger planes. This is why numerous skydivers have used this sinkhole as a diving challenge.
지금 제가 서 있는 이곳에 이 밑에는 사실 다 텅 비어 있는 공간이거든요. 그렇기 때문에 지금 이 위에 서 있지만 좀 굉장히 아찔합니다.
Until recently, people could ride down on a rope and explore the cave of the sinkhole. I'm very curious about what's inside.
안에가 보이질 않아요 지금.
لا ممنوع ممنوع وزارة السياحة تنزل أي حاجة تحت وتصور لا أبدا.
Entering the sinkhole has been prohibited due to risk of it collapsing. Instead, we decide to send down a camera.
이 노끈이 지금 100m짜리인데요. 지금 한 50m 정도 지금 줄이 풀려가지고 카메라 지금 내려가고 있는 중입니다.
Gradually, we can catch glimpses inside the cave.
그 내부가 굉장히 원시적으로 마치 그 태고적 어떤 신비를 보는 듯합니다. 굉장히 멋지네요.
It looks rough, but also strangely cozy. I'm sure it would have been different if I'd gone down myself. Best of all, going down 180 meters would be a priceless, thrilling adventure. The local live broadcast ends here.
지금 글쎄요. 제가 기계적인 건 잘 모르겠는데 아마 전파가 약간 혼선이 있어가지고 지금 좀 끊기는 것 같아요, 화면이. 그래서 좀 반대쪽으로 가는 겁니다.
The 180-meter deep Majlis al-Jinn doesn't easily reveal itself. We'll have to be content with having seen at least halfway down the hole.
لازم بالحبل، ينزل بالحبل لكن يمشي تحت في الأرض دباب، يطلع مسافة 5 كيلو يروح، يطلع لكن عاد هناك ماشي ما تدخل شارع مشي يمشي الأرجل علين يوصل الشارع، يتلاقي الشارع اللي تحت، بخبرك به بعدين نقدر يحصل.
This is what the inside of the Sinkhole's cave looks like. There are smaller holes here and there which lead out to the world. A thought comes to mind. Perhaps the reason sinkholes are increasing is the Earth's way of sending us a warning, like with desertification. Now, leaving behind the sinkholes, I head for Nakal in Al Batina. This region sits 1,600 meters above sea level and is surrounded by the Nakal Mountains. Water is abundant and the land is fertile, making it famous for its oasis agriculture. This place, which overlooks the city, has a fort to guard the oasis. The fort stands 200 meters tall among jagged rocks. The path up seems to go on and on to no end. You can tell just how important the city is just by looking at the size of this fort. This fort was built before the birth of Islam in the 7th century and was rebuilt in the 17th century. It is now being used as a Nakal Regional Museum. They have modest exhibits of local ways of life. The various earthenware particularly catches the eye.
And in the old time, all people they are used this as the pottery and clean, eat on it and cleaning, drinking water, and also it is very healthy when you put the water on it. And after that drinking, it gives you more power and it will be healthy more than freezing one.
The soil of the Nakal Mountains, which connects to the Hajar Mountains, is well known for its high content of moisture. Therefore, this region is also a famous pottery production area.
الحين نحمل التراب إلى المصنع لعملية تصنيع، وهي تربة خاصة، تربة حمراء نجيبها من الجبال كما تلاحظ هذا. مما يؤدي انها تماسك، عنده تماسك قوي ان شاء الله. بعد ذلك بنوديها المصنع ونقوم عملية العجن، عملية تنقيتها من الشوايب، من الحصى، اي حاجة.
Making pottery with this clay doesn't look easy, as there are a lot of pebbles mixed in it. Back at the workshop, they mix water with the clay. They get a bit of mechanical assistance. I thought that was it, but it takes more work than I thought. Muddy water gets filtered through a pipe that is connected to a machine in the workshop. They have to sift even the smallest grains of sand in order to make really fine, pliable clay. The remaining water is a smooth liquid that lacks any graininess. They collect the filtered clay water in a pool on one side.
هذا ماء، هذا على الطين. الطين هذا نطلعه هناك فوق مشان يقف.
Now, naturally, the water and clay go through a separation process. They have to wait 30 days to get high-quality clay. You can see the clay that is settled at the bottom of the water.
الكبار ينقص برضه هذا ينقص في ماء إيه أنتوا هذا ماء زيادة شوف.
You can generally estimate how deep it is with this stick.
생각보다 이 안에 굉장히 많은 흙들이 지금 있고요. 굉장히 깊네요. 그렇기 때문에 또 뭐 아이들이 여기서 놀다가 빠질 수도 있기 때문에 저 철망으로 항상 위에를 덮어놓는 것 같습니다.
When the top water becomes very clear, they begin the separation process of the clay from the water. They don't let the used water go to waste, since it is so valuable here. Making pottery is a very long process. I thought everything was all set, but now the old man leads me somewhere else.
야, 이 밑에 보세요. 이거 굉장히 아찔합니다.
It's more than 10 meters deep. I can't even estimate how deep the well is. He tells me that they're able to acquire such fine clay because they use such deep underground water.
زين المكان أول ماشي ماي تقول تحتاج بس لقليل ماشي كرهبة يصير محالة يصير الحبل طلع ده موجود تأخذ مثلا ماء باع حاجتك صور كانت زاقرة.
Finally, after going through numerous hands, the mud is procured from the rough earth. Of course, there's one more step left in order to make the pottery.
크림 같아요. 지금 이렇게 오랜 과정을 거쳐서 나온 것들은 굉장히 부드럽고 입자가 굉장히 부드럽습니다. 그래서 마치 그 뭐 제과점에 있는 그런 초콜릿 크림, 그 소프트 크림 같아요.
شوف
아하.
هو عندك الصناعة كم الصناعة هو طين هو.
Yeah.
This is certainly a high-quality mud bath.
Is it okay?
I'm living in luxury thanks to the old man. However, the whole process up until now has been only the preparation. In the workshop, they are hard at work making the clay.
أول تحط فراشة رحاء.
They step and step. I consider the earthenware as easily accessible pottery that you can buy at a market. But now that I see the process, it's not just a simple bowl. Finally, the clay is ready to go on the potter's wheel.
نخلص هذا.
What they're making isn't even very grand. They finish it off by using some simple tools to make patterns.
우리나라 그 속담에 장인은 연장 탓을 하지 않는다는 말이 있는데 이분들도 역시 정말 별거 아닌 이렇게 작은 거 가지고도 아름다운 그런 그 문양을 만들어내고 있습니다.
Let's see what kind of patterns they make with these small tools.
제가 한 번도 해본 적은 없는데 한번 해보겠습니다.
قول شوي شوي.
The wheel spins faster than I imagined.
속도가.
شوي 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 شوي.
Of course, it isn't as easy as it looks. The problem is that the wheels spun too quickly.
Like this.
Slowly, as if holding a baby, the old man treats the clay gently.
제가 만든 겁니다. 이 손가락의 놀림으로 정말 쉽게 이거를 갖다 이렇게 형태를 갖다 바꿀 수 있다는 게 이분들의 정말 어떤 오래된 장인의 어떤 그 경지가 아닌가 그런 생각이 들어요.
In an age when machines do everything for us, I have to wonder if these old men are the last of the artisans who make art using their hands.
من اب وجد مكسب معيشه مكسب المعيشه يعني مكسب معيشه وعايشين عليها عملنا عليها ورزقنا منها ما يعني مثلا يعني مكان مكسب ثاني فيه شويه تقاعد لكن ضعيف تقاعد.
For a long time, Oman was called the Arabian Hermit Kingdom. I had considered it simply as a desert-filled land. But against any of my expectations, Oman turned out to provide great pleasure. A writer once said, "A true journey is not in discovering new sceneries, but in finding new perspectives." Here, I found people who enjoy adventure, and also have the wisdom to use a barren land to their advantage. This grand natural environment, which has been created over several hundreds of millions of years, has endured all this time and has shown life quietly to the world. It contains a power of perseverance. This is no longer a barren desert. It's a powerful land of life.